Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm Weezy. Rap game just too easy. Drip so sick, I'm queasy. Whoa. East Coast with the gang. West Coast with the gang. Love with the gang. You know
Swolenormous.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1700 and 6-5 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yell hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode, live streaming of the Mancast, is brought to you, is sponsored, is powered by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bitches. Let's get some more gorillas in there. Flex. Beat your chest a little bit. Oh, it's time. Happy Swole Slut Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the show, everyone. Hello. What's going on? Kashina, Bow, how we doing? Josh, Hootie McBoob is back. Hootie McBoob, nothing like some Hootie McBoob. Sharky Pan, Nip Dog, how we doing? Jill, everyone is here. Anna, thank you for being here. Happy to see you. All right, so let's get into today's episode. Before we bust the nut, before we get into the tip, we got to remind everyone there's a live stream show every single day on YouTube. You can follow over on the Daily Swole channel. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, wherever you are, please leave a review. Take a moment right now and leave a review.
He's heating up!
I'm heating up, and your reviews heat me up too. So hit the 5 stars if you enjoyed the show, and also leave a couple sentences. I love to read those reviews. It amps me up, and I like to share those in the pre-roll too. So please make sure you leave a review. Okay, SwoleFam, we got a couple things coming up before we get into it. We got Ask Papa Swolio live tomorrow. So let's get a round of applause for that. So tons of questions. I know we answer questions and we do questions on the regular. We take a few every day, try to, but at the same time, tomorrow's episode, Sunday, is going to be all questions. So whatever questions you got, make sure that you are here tomorrow. Hit the notification bell on YouTube. And of course, stay by your private SwoleFam Discord. I alert everyone, and plus Swole Text, of course. I let you know when I'm going live. So you'll know, and then you can come in here and ask your questions. But we'll try to take a couple today as we get into it. And Monday is our weekly accountability meeting. So if you want to join the SwoleFam and get access to at least one private live stream every single week, you'll never miss an accountability meeting. You'll be there for all the private live streams, Swole TV Live, all the cool stuff we have coming. Don't miss a single piece of content with your favorite SwoleFam. Join now, Swolenormousx.com. You can check out all our programs and unlimited memberships. Got a lot of options over there. So head on over to Swolenormousx.com to get started. And also over there, if you're brand new, drop some cherries in the comments below. If you are watching live, if it's your first time, if I'm popping your Swole cherry, you could drop that in the live chat. But if you have not yet downloaded your copy of the 7 Pillars of Swolenormous, do so right there, big red bar, top of the page, Swolenormousx.com. Again, Swolenormousx.com. Let's get this here. Let's get this little zing.
The little rascal has spirit.
Papa Swolio's got spirit. So drop a comment down below. What'd you smash today? What are you working on today? And let's get this beach out of the nut. Put some respect on it and drop some unicorns. Drop some emojis. How you feeling? Drop some emojis. Use emojis to tell us all how you're feeling today. And what'd you smash? See if you can do it all. Speak all in emojis. Drop some nuts and all that good shit. Come on, Tessie. Let's get out of here. Hey, come on, beef. Nope. Settle down, Falcon. Calm your tits. There we go. Our sexy own little swole slut. Look at that card. That's a beauty. And Leo, wouldn't you know it, it's Saturday. The day ends with day, right? The name of the day ends with D-A-Y. And if it ends with day, then Leo is drinking on it. As always, Leo, get help. Hashtag get Leo help. Leo strong, please. Please, please, please. Get some fucking help. All right, so look at that sexy unveiling. Look at that. Look at that sexy beach. Isn't it amazing? That's amazing. That's a sexy beach right there, if I do say so myself. All right, so it is Swole Slut Saturday. Drop a comment. What did you smash today? What are you working out today? What's going on? Let's get everyone up to speed. What's going on in your life? What's going on right now? What are you taking care of today? Taking care of business. What pillar are you focusing on? Obviously all 7, but what are you focusing on the most today? And let's get into the tip. Hashtag Swole Slut in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole Slard. Swole Slard? Swole, like a Pokemon card, like a Swolezard. Ooh, come on. First edition Swolezard. We just create a whole new card game. The Papa Swolio, the SwoleFam, Swole cards. They're literally Swole cards. So every time you get a Swole card, we'll call them Swolezards. You're getting a first edition Swolezard. Technically, they're one of a kind. All right, that being said, we're getting off topic big time. Here we go. Bust that nut open. I'm just kidding. We already did that. I'm just kidding. Cut it. We already... You're out. Isn't once enough, Tessie? Once enough? Jesus Christ. All right, tip time. Yeah, baby. Just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside. Oh, it's cold outside. All right. We do have a couple announcements. We got some new content on our platforms. Make sure you check out our other shows, the Swolenormous Audio Experience, Red, White, and Swole podcast, and the Swolenormous Procast. We got some new updates coming to a bunch of those, so make sure you subscribe to all of them. That way it will show up in your feed wherever you like to check out your podcasts, and check out the Papa Swolio channel as well. We got clips here on the Daily Swole channel. You got Nuts on Chin. You got some cool mashups on the Swolenormous channel, but you got the Nuts on Chin. You got Forging Pillars over there. Papa Swolio, you got some really cool raw content as well as some awesome mashups. So go and subscribe to the Papa Swolio channel on YouTube as well. And we got a new clip over on the Swolenormous channel. What? What is going on here? Why is that playing again? I must have hit the button by accident, and it must have been... All right, Leo, you're back drinking. We got Leo, and we have like Abe Lincoln, and... Okay, what's going on here? Abe Lincoln, you were canceled, bro. You were canceled. You were canceled. Get out of here. No one loves you anymore. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? Why is that busting of the nut on the bottom of the screen? All right, we're having technical difficulties here. Technical difficulties. It happens. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Hey, there we go. We got it.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, this is from a clip the other day. This is from the Shira Rhodes clip. Stop fighting the obesity epidemic. You hurt my feelings. All right, that being said. All right, let's get into some real tip. Let's get into this shit. Here we go, fam.
What's in the box?
Now, remember, you want to join the SwoleFam. These are all from the private SwoleFam accountability groups. This is from the private SwoleFam Discord. This is from the private SwoleFam Facebook group. Again, check out SwolenormousX.com. First post is from Christian. Spring break has begun. Woo-hoo. Celebrating the start of my break with a killer pump. Soaking up the sun. Sunshine and endorphins are the bomb. Have a great weekend. And same to you. And same to you, Christian. Same to you. This is not Christian. This is Christina. This is Christina. We got a lot of redundancies in today's SwoleFam posting, I suppose. Everyone's got the same name. It's Christina SwoleFam, and then it's Christian SwoleFam. All right, hey fam, this is my first post here. Welcome to the fam. Finally, popping your posting cherry. There you go. I like that. I've watched Papa for quite some time because I like the raw honesty, even when it's directed at me, and it often is, as I've been putting off my health and telling myself I'll do it tomorrow. I've put off my health long enough, and I'm here to get a bit of advice. Maybe. I know y'all aren't doctors. I'm seeing one on Monday and Friday, but I just wanted to see if anyone else here has a thyroid condition and had their doctor recommend a diet to them. The diet I've been recommended made my friends worrisome. Obviously, they aren't doctors either, and I don't think they're taking into account that I have a condition, and that's why it was recommended to me. I'm currently 5'4", 172 pounds, and they recommended, they being the doctors, I'm assuming, Total calories 1,200 to 1,500, 20 to 40 grams of carbs. Stay away from sugar. 60 grams of protein, 20 to 25 grams of fiber. So this is what we got here is a high protein. No, let's see. Yeah, so it's a high protein diet, protein, fat. Snacks like almonds and cheese. Is this diet really okay? Is it sustainable? Temporary? Some kind of encouraging words are also welcome. All right. Well, this is complicated because if a doctor's recommending it, I'm not going to counter doctor's advice. I definitely have some strong opinions about this protocol because it doesn't notice. Here's the big problem. Here's all I'm going to say about this because I'm not going to say don't listen to your doctor. So I will say listen to your doctor. However, I'm going to for me personally, snacks like almonds and cheese, you do not want to be consuming those foods usually normally anyway. Most people have issues with dairy. Many people have issues with dairy and certain types of dairy. And almonds are really not something that is really providing you a lot of nutrients. It's not optimal for absorption. It's not something, it's the seed. You're eating seeds and nuts and it depends on the person. But many people find issues with foods like almonds or almond milk that can cause people problems, not to mention dairy. But my main point in going towards the actual contents, I don't know if they told you what foods to eat, but you're noticing how this is just playing by macros. This isn't addressing the food quality, which always bothers me right away because you're playing the calorie game. You're playing calories in and the macros without talking about the food quality. So whether or not you want to debate almonds and cheese is really not the issue. The problem is you're talking about the numbers rather than the actual substance. So is the diet really okay? That will have to be between you and your medical staff, but it doesn't sound like, I don't know. I'm not thrilled about it. I'm not thrilled about most protocols that aren't focused more on healthy, high quality animal products. That's just my personal opinion on nutrition. However, of course, if you do an elimination diet, you're going to navigate those waters yourself. Now, you might be able to do something like that. I mean, you want to get in quality food. So if you're not given those details, and if there aren't specific foods per se that you're supposed to avoid, then you can customize within that. If they're only caring about the macros, then you need to care about the quality. So I would look into that if you're not given, or follow up on this post, Christina, whether or not you were given specific foods or it's just, okay, play by these macro rules. Because the food quality is always going to be exceptionally important. It sounds like we need to follow up on that a little bit more too. I mean, snacks like almonds and cheese, where's the nutrition? Like what's the substance that you need to be consuming? Fuck almonds and cheese. Give me a break. Where's the food? Where's the food? You're not living on almonds and cheese. You don't need snacks if you're eating real quality food. I just really don't think if you need to lose weight, if you need to manage your body weight, which at 5'4", unless you're yoked, if you're 5'4" and was 172 pounds, you need to be focusing on getting in maybe intermittent fasting. It could be a time restricted eating window, but definitely getting in whole dense nutrition. A lot of people just fill their days with snacks and they end up eating all throughout the day and over consuming calories and under consuming nutrients on the macro. So just some additional content there. All right, CJ, I will never forget the side effects of my obesity, but sometimes I do forget that I was obese. I'm still overweight according to BMI, but I have never looked or felt better than I do now. I'm so happy I took my health seriously, and I'm so happy that I joined the fam. Full permission for Papa and the Swole team to use my pictures. Thank you. I love sharing pictures. Hashtag forging pillars, SwoleFam, transformation 3 years ago, and now, fucking hell, CJ. Look at that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Hadouken? Oh, Hadouken. Look at that shit. Good for you, CJ. Everyone drop some biceps and gorillas in the comments down below. That's fantastic. I'll leave this up for a second. I'm seeing some stuff in the comments that I do want to talk about. Are we getting posts deleted? For those of you listening to the podcast, I repeat, this is a live stream show every single day on YouTube. You can follow at The Daily Swole on YouTube. But Apparently, are we getting some censorship because it's Swole Slut Saturday? Are we getting censored on the live stream? I'm seeing some people say that they can't drop certain comments or getting flagged or something like that. Let's see here. Swole Slut got deleted. So you can't put yours was, so you can't write Swole Slut. So the hash, so YouTube, hold on a second. That's awesome, CJ. Much love. The SwoleFam and I send you a big salute and a big flex. So what's going on in the comments? Let's take a pause here for a second. So YouTube is censoring Swole Slut. So all of a sudden, everyone in the comments, YouTube is saying, how come everyone's just typing slut in the comments? They're probably protecting me automatically. The algorithm is like, oh my God, people are calling this person a slut and she's going to feel down and commit suicide or something. It's like, it's just me. It's just me. I'm encouraging it. I'm in favor. The U is offensive. You can't write Swole Slut. Well, that's my fault. That's my fault. So here I am. So it's the Swole card that no one can ever get. It's going to be impossible. You're not going to be able to win this Swole card because no one can actually drop the hashtag. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't write it? It just deleted my Swole S. Oh my God. Anna, this is an epic post. Anna says, hashtag Swole lady of questionable values.
Yow. Yow.
Oh God.
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last
night? So we're getting censored then. So every time you type it, it gets censored. Does that mean it gets deleted? So when you type it, you don't see your thing pop up? That's insane. That's insane. I feel like I'm seeing it on Swole Hooker. There you go. Swole Slut testing. I think you can do it from Discord. Or I think if you type it on Facebook, on YouTube, I see it on the Discord chat. Oh my God. I don't know. This is ridiculous. So you know what this means? I mean, this might just mean we're going to be doing more. This might just mean we're going to bring back Swole Chat. We'll just do private streams. If we can't, I mean, imagine what else they're censoring. Obviously, you don't get notified when I go live. We all know that. The reach on my channels are just completely shunted by the content here, which is fine, but we might have to start streaming privately and just doing audio. Streaming privately and just doing audio on the, you can listen, but you won't be able to join in live unless maybe that's what we have to do. We'll see. But hit the like button. It helps a lot. So for those of you, just to remind you, of course, Swolenormousx.com, that's where we do our private streams. In the event, let's just take a pause here. In the event that things get shut down or channels get deleted or things get, really even worse, which they likely will, we're just going to be streaming privately. So if you want to make sure that one, it supports the show, but two, you get access to all the private content, check out, man. Oh, stop it, Joe. Stop it, Joe. As if this isn't your fault too. Swolenormousx.com. You could join the SwoleFam today for less than $5. Join the fam and you'll never miss a single episode. All the private live streams you'll have access and Swole Chat and such. So yeah, YouTube really needs to take the stick out. I would think so. All right. So we're going to keep on, just FYI, if you join the SwoleFam, you'll never miss a single episode, and we're not changing the format. The point is we're not going to change the format of the show and what we do here. It's just going to be where it's located or where it's appreciated or where it's accepted. So we're here while we're here. And that's why we're here. Let's see what else we got here.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Let's see what else we got here. Oscar, what up, Ish? Do something that challenges you every day. I'll be completely honest. This morning, I was coming up with every excuse in the book to not train BJJ, but guess what? I did it, and I had one of the best training sessions so far. Don't ever go based off feelings because they will lie to you. That's why motivation is crap, because if you're driven, nothing stops you. Have a great day, SwoleFan. P.S. You can use it on the channel if the opportunity arises, and the opportunity arises right now. Let's get some biceps and gorillas. Thank you for the update, Oscar. Happens with the gym too, right? The gym, whether it's jujitsu, anything. A lot of times you don't feel like doing it, but once you do it, you feel great that you've done it, or you have an amazing session. So you never want to skip a workout just to skip it, because you never know. Could this have been one of those amazing workouts that's absolutely epic? Stephanie from Inside the SwoleFam. Do squats offer any particular benefits over lunges? I'm starting to feel popping in my left knee when I do barbell squats. And although it's not painful, something ain't right. I've adjusted foot placement in case it was simply a matter of position, but to no avail. When I use the same barbell and the same weight to do lunges, both knees are fine. Not a problem to leave squats behind and just do lunges, but I want to make sure I'm not missing out on any squat exclusive benefits. Thanks in advance. Strength and honor. Yeah, of course. If you're not doing squats, you're missing out on, squatting is exceptionally important because you're doing a squat. Lunges are fine too. And it's a decent, I wouldn't say substitute because it's not the same movement. You need more mobility. You need mobility for the lunges in terms of, it's less pressure on your back, but lunges can also make you more susceptible to lateral knee instability and such like that. So lunges are great. Lunges are fantastic. I mean, if you can do lunges, but you can't do squats, are you going to miss out on all the results? You might miss out on just some strength because you're not going to be able to overload your body the same with lunges as you would with bilaterally with a squat. But at the same time, it's going to be less stress on your back. It's going to be probably something with mobility issues or that compressive force. So it's possible with squats, if you do front squats, you might not feel the same type of pressure because you'll be more upright with your back. So you might want to look into that. So you can modify how you do squats. You might want to do sumo squats. You could do it with a kettlebell or a dumbbell between your legs. Maybe it's that kind of positioning. I know you said you have adjusted foot placement, but I don't know what you actually adjusted. So there's probably a way to adjust it where you wouldn't feel whatever popping. If it doesn't hurt, usually no pain, no problem. But if it doesn't feel right, you should get it looked at. You might need some manual manipulation or more specific stretching or muscle activation. So you don't want to write it off because squatting is such a functional thing. How are you going to get off a chair or off the toilet? You need to be able to move like that. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So I would look into that, but also train what you can without any discomfort as you work on figuring out the reason for that. If you can get any kind of movement assessments in person, if there's a physical therapist in your area that does movement assessments, or get some massage or deep tissue or some kind of therapy, or kind of get an assessment on that, see if there's anything sticking in there that maybe you can get loosened up. But in terms of losing stuff, you're not doing a squat. So, it's definitely a big deal, but there's different types of squats too. So you might not like to do a back squat. I don't prefer back squats. I prefer front squats. I just generally prefer front squats over back squats, and I love lunges. So, all right. Question or post from Silas inside the private SwoleFam Facebook group. Silas writes, Swole season slut check-in. I can't censor that. YouTube. Swole season, tongue-tied. Swole season slut check-in. Buys and tries overkill. Last lifting day for the program, and with tomorrow being a yoga day, it will be the official end. Time to rest? Fuck no. Time to recover, then continue to smash. Home gym is coming along slowly but steadily. Don't have much, but still was able to get shit done. Going to hold off on round 2 of both Scorched Earth and Swole season till I get heavier weights. In the meantime, I'll continue to lift with what I got. Don't have much space either, but hashtag fuck your excuse. Indeed. Indeed. All right. That means we are ready to move on to some knowledge cock. So if you want to join the SwoleFam, get access to all the private live streams and all the private content inside Swole TV, plus so much more, all the private Discord, Facebook group, all that stuff. Check out the 7 Pillars ebook, all the downloads, the blog, and unlimited memberships. All that information is over there at swolenormousx.com. You can see the link in the show notes if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And of course, at the bottom of your screen right now look at that down below. Look at that bicep. Look at that yellow text, swolenormousx.com. We got some questions. We're moving into some knowledge cock. So if you got a question, drop in the comments below, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, and we'll get on that right now. Got a couple from Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram on the Swolenormous channel, you'll see that in my Instagram stories. When you see that question sticker, drop it there. But if you got a question, you could drop it now in the live chat, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio as well. But when you see that pop up on Instagram, definitely drop it there also. Handyman 47. Papa Swolio, what would you suggest for lower back pain? I went to my doc and they only just prescribed tramadol. Didn't say stretching or anything. Not big on meds, so want to try some kind of yoga or something first. That's what I would personally do. If I personally was given tramadol or whatever painkiller, I would definitely opt for doing yoga and practicing yoga, glute activation exercise, but yoga, fantastic. Absolutely would recommend. And I would do that. I personally would do that before. I'm not telling you what to do. Listen to your doctor, but I personally would not fucking opt for pain meds without doing muscle strengthening and core activation and corrective exercise and yoga. That's why it's a sick care system. Medications to cover the symptoms, not actually fix the fucking problem. It's awful. That's so fucked up. You have back pain and a doctor is going to tell, like, how do doctors live with themselves just prescribing a painkiller when someone comes in with back pain? Oh, my back hurts. And then, well, take this pill. What? Now, again, it's hardcore. It's fucked up because legally, I'm just saying, legally, hey, listen to your doctor. But it's hard to say that with good conscience when you know it's fucking bullshit. But listen to your doctor. But personally, if I was in that situation, that's what I would do. But I can't tell you what to do. Why, Michael? Make sure you guys are leaving the hashtag too so I can pick out these comments easier. Thank you. Why, Michael? What do you think of dietary fibers helping prevent bowel cancer? It is one of the main reasons I'm unwilling to switch to a meat-based carnivore diet. I don't know if there's any actual proof of that. I don't know if that's actually true. It doesn't have any bearing on what I'm doing for my nutrition, for my health. I'm keeping inflammatory foods low. I'm getting plenty of collagen. I'm drinking plenty of bone broth, organ meats, nose to tail. I'm getting my calcium, getting my magnesium because of the meat consumption, because of bone broth, because of bone marrow and bone meal. But I feel I go to the bathroom just fine. I go regularly. I have no blockages, no bloating, no indigestion. Leaky gut is non-existent as far as I'm aware. I don't have any issues. So it's that's a very archaic way to look at things. And that's an easy way to try to demonize an animal-based diet. So it doesn't mean you don't have any kind of carbohydrates. You're just going to keep them to the lowest inflammatory foods, which is why an elimination diet is important to customize. So that's just my personal take on it. But of course, there's more research all the time. But from everything that I've heard, it's not like, oh, if you eat this, you prevent this. If you don't, then you're going to get, colon cancer if you don't. Because don't forget, the studies that are being done, they often are with either a very focused concept of a single ingredient in isolated environment, which doesn't work with the human body because you're getting in other nutrients in food. So you can't compare necessarily just the isolated ingredients, how they act on mice or how they act on rats or how they act on a human, because the isolated ingredient is going to be different than when you consume a food in its natural form or in its, let's say grass-fed beef, healthy animals versus sick animals, processed meats, all the other stabilizers or preservatives. Like it's a whole different, there's a lot of interacting variables. So it's really hard to do nutrition type science. And plus there's a lot of biases and people want to push their medications and their agendas too. So that's very historical when it comes to nutrition science. Let's see, April. As a nurse, I feel like the way the system is set up, docs don't have a huge amount of time to sit and talk through lifestyle stuff. Yeah, it's sick care. It's sick care. Not to mention they have to get enough people through so they can pay the fucking insurance company and pay all the staff and such. So it's a volume game. Not to mention they're probably just incentivized to give a medication. And also, if you are doing that 70 to 80 patients a day and you're working a ton to, deal with all the bullshit and the red tape and deal with insurance companies and, trying to avoid, malpractice insurance. And there's a lot of issues and things that doctors have to be aware of now. Now they're getting pressured to not talk about weight because they're going to be fat phobic doctors when they're trying to help their patients. So, and limited time. Plus they don't also don't know. They're not taught nutrition in school. they're not taught lifestyle behaviors. Most doctors and medical practitioners are very unhealthy. They're just sucking down soda themselves or just drinking lattes all the time and barely sleeping and eating from vending machines in hospitals. And most, or they're getting, the pharmaceutical reps are bringing in Panera all the time or fucking, you know, to try to sell and peddle their wares. So most doctors are not healthy themselves. Most people in this country are not healthy. Period. So, yeah, it's definitely part of it. It's definitely part of it. The limited time, the limited awareness, plus with all that busyness, with all that time, how often are you gonna be able to sit down and listen and read new research and really go deep into that? So if you're practicing functional medicine and you have a practice and a business like a wellness center, and you're on an individual level, you are approaching from a holistic in terms of like in totality. Sure, but then you're paying a premium. A lot of insurance companies won't cover that. So you might have a service where, hey, I can go to, let's say I can go to a wellness center, a specific one that I like that practices functional medicine, that's looking at all my lifestyle behaviors, really looking at inflammatory foods, looking at sleep patterns, looking at all those things. Sure, but it's probably not going to be covered by insurance, and it's probably going to be expensive. You're paying out of pocket, but that's, you're guiding people to better habits, and you're getting rid of or you're solving the problem. If you just get a painkiller, you're taking away your body's perception of what is wrong. And that's a problem. I never like taking any kind of ibuprofen or issues like, oh, I'm sore from the gym. I want to feel the soreness. I want to feel how I'm recovering. I want to know. I want to feel. I want to experience it. That's important. You don't want to dull that inflammatory response. That's how you grow. That's that alarm reaction. That's that overload that your body's responding to build muscle. After a workout, you don't want to avoid that shit. Ibuprofen is awful. That destroys your gut and your intestines. So you don't want to take that in general anyway, but also you don't want to douse and you don't want to stunt that inflammatory response, because that's what's going to stimulate growth. That's just part of the process. Oh my God, everyone's getting censored with the swole slut. Okay, I'll take another question. If you got a follow up, you could drop that in the comments below. Mr. Jones, what we got? Mr. Jones, how we doing? Mr. Jones, how we doing? Papa Swolio, training twice a day. What types of workouts for each? Seriously need help here, Papa. So what do you mean you're training? You want to train twice a day, or you are? Do a lifting session, do a yoga session, do a mobility session, or a cardio session or something. It depends on your goals. There's much more to this equation that's important to me. Why are you training twice a day? Most people don't need to or shouldn't. In many cases, if you're training twice a day, you're probably not training hard enough that one time that you do. I've made all my gains training once a day, if that. Like in terms of resistance training, I've done. So training, lifting weights twice a day it's just fundamentally unnecessary. Unless you're like, I go in the morning and I do deadlifts, and I go back in the afternoon and I do bench press. Okay, you're just doing a lower volume and you're splitting it up more often. It's not impossible, but you really want to focus more on recovery. So for example, when it comes to the gym in general, you want to get in, do your work, provide the stress for your body, and then get the fuck out. You're going to make your progress by repairing, by rebuilding afterwards. So it's not really you're not growing in the gym, you're growing afterwards, you're repairing afterwards. You want to get in there, fucking smash, and then get the fuck out and start eating and recovering and taking care of yourself. All right, Iorcus 86. Is cycling calories okay while in a caloric deficit, or want to stick to the same amount of calories? So what do you mean? You're in a calorie deficit, but you're cycling calories? What, in quantity, in macro ratios? This kind of shit is just, you're juggling for no reason. You understand? I don't know. Why are you complicating? Why is this so complicated? I've never done calorie cycling personally. It doesn't mean that you can't. It just means, like, why do you want to use that kind of brain power and energy rather than just focusing on your fundamental food sources? Like, rather than focusing on food quality, wouldn't you rather focus on food quality primarily than trying to micromanage and weigh shit and count every fucking, like, I don't understand why people enjoy looking at the numbers like that. I really don't understand why people love to obsess over that. That's not making or breaking your results. You're going to get much better results by focusing on the quality. So stick to the same amount of calories. Sure, your body likes consistency. Try intermittent fasting. Try a time restricted eating window. Try eating, for like 6 hours. Give yourself a window during the day of, what you're trying to consume and focus on quality, dense nutrition. Then just eat. And then when you're full, slow down, stop. I mean, if you're not focusing on the food quality, it's hard to manage your calories sometimes because you're not getting enough nutrients in and your body is getting blocked signals and artificial signals telling you that you're still hungry or telling you that you're not full yet. And then you overeat. So food quality is primary. And then what you're worrying about is very, very unnecessary. You're creating challenges that don't have to be there. So whatever you're doing, if you're asking me if it's okay, I mean, you can do what you want, but if you're not, like, do it. If it works for you, fine. That's great. I'm happy for you. But if you're doing whatever you're doing, right? If you're talking about calorie cycling and you haven't done an elimination diet, then do an elimination diet. If you're worrying about calorie deficit, I want to stick to this. I'm hiring this, macros. You're asking me, so I'm answering you with that approach. If you haven't done an elimination diet, you start there. Chef Dreward, Papa Swolio, best way to work with a limited dumbbell collection. Do what you can with what you have. I don't know. These fucking questions, man.
Matt Damon.
I appreciate the question. The best way to work? Well, thanks for the detail. Thanks for the breakdown. What kind of limited dumbbell collection? You have a pair of 10s or you have a pair of 20s or you have a 20-pound single and a 10-pounder? Like what's going on here? Do one arm exercises, slow the tempo. So you can do isometric holds. You can do negatives. You can do time under tension, do slower repetitions. You can do one arm exercises, single leg exercises, or get some more fucking dumbbells. I don't really know. I need some more detail with that. Yeah. Because light dumbbells might be good for shoulders and then they'll be too light for a press or a row, right? Okay. Sam Fielding, 7205. Papa Swolio, what would you recommend to buy to start working out at home? Parentheses, weights. Depends on, whenever you're going to ask, what would I recommend to buy to start working out at home? You have to understand that there's a big difference in maybe how much space you have, how much money you have to spend. So you can get a pair of adjustable dumbbells. I love the power blocks. They go up to 90. You can get them up to 70 or 50 or 70 or 90, and it can cost you maybe 500 to $1,000, it depends on what kind. You can get the Bowflex ones. It'll be less expensive, but it won't go up as heavy. You get a pair of adjustable dumbbells that go up to 50 or so for a few $100 probably. There are a lot of different brands out there, especially since the quarantine and last year, a lot of new companies popped up for doing at home training equipment. So a pair of adjustable dumbbells will be versatile and not take up a lot of space. Bands. I recommend Body Elastics. If you check out my Amazon store, swolenormousx.com/links, there's a link to my Amazon store, so you can check that out. But those are great too because they're portable. You can attach them to a door. You can do a ton of different exercises. Not really as effective for legs. You're not going to get a ton of value from doing bands with legs. You can, but it's, maybe lunges. You could do lunges and kind of do like a little resistance with the band under your front leg, for example. But it's harder to do legs with bands unless you have specific ones or a good setup. Yeah, you get a pull-up bar. You can get a bench or a resistance ball, yoga mat. So that's a good place to start. Some good ideas, but a kettlebell. I mean, probably if you want to get the most value and cover the most base, if you want to work on mobility and you want to work on strength and you want to lose weight, I mean, a kettlebell is a great thing to do. A great thing, like one kettlebell. So if you're trying to maximize your results for the least expensive, get some bands, get 1 or 2 kettlebells, get a yoga mat, get a pull-up bar for the done, right? You could do so much stuff. Like you get a 35-pound kettlebell, or it depends on your experience, or a 44 or a 53, like one. You could do so much stuff with that. You'll be dripping in sweat. You can learn snatches and power, mobility exercises, strength. If you got some bands, you could work on building muscle. Like you can get a lot of overload and it'll take you a long way. It'll take you pretty far. All right, let's take one more question and then we'll get into some dookie pose, right? Let's see. Smokey. If you got some more questions, you could drop them live. Comments down below. #AskPapaSwolio. Smokey WRX20. How do you find motivation when you're struggling hard in life and feel mentally spent? You don't look for motivation. You're not going to find it. So fuck that shit. say this is a comment. This is a topic we talk about a lot. So motivation's bullshit. It has nothing to do with whether or not you get what you need to get done, because either you do it or you don't. You worked out, you didn't. You did your yoga, you didn't. You meditate, you didn't. It's very binary. I mean, meditation, you can meditation, the goal is to be in that mindset more often throughout the day. So you don't have to set aside time necessarily for meditation. Doesn't mean you don't, but you kind of carry and you can tap into that type of mindset throughout the day. So it helps you be more present all the time. So you want to maintain that type of thought process during the day. That's the goal of meditating, but you get that over time by practicing regularly. You're able to tap into that, like focus on breath, focus on what you can control, but being mindful and being present allows you to offset and kind of ditch the shit that sucks. So if something you're dealing with, you realize I can't control this. This really isn't something that I can handle or that I can do anything about. If you are practicing your brain gains every day and you're more present throughout the day, you're able to look at that situation like, well, I can't do anything about that right now, and kind of let that float away, and allows you to focus on shit you can control. So you're not stressing and worrying about shit that doesn't have any kind of real impact on, what you can handle. So if there's nothing, if you can't control it, then why are you stressing about it? It doesn't make it as efficient. It exposes that kind of self-hypocrisy and just that self-sabotaging, setting up roadblocks in your own way. But I would, you have to create good habits. I would focus on starting a meditation practice, brain gains, 5-10 minutes every single day. You realize about discipline, you realize about executing, you realize that's when you have to step up, when it's challenging, when you don't feel like it, when it's not convenient. Those are the times that are going to forge and reinforce when it is easier. So you're never going to get those results if you're always waiting for motivation. You're never going to get results if you're always waiting for when you feel like it or when it's convenient. It's all about doing it when you don't feel like it, because that is what fills in the gaps. Most people don't do things when they don't feel like it, which is why they don't get results. The people that do it regardless and are consistent, relentless, regardless, and they never fucking quit, they're the ones that get results. And everyone else says, well, I mean, it's all genetics. It's all genetics. I mean, it's easy for you, but look at me. No, you just don't fucking you didn't put the effort in. You didn't do it. You didn't go all in. You didn't prioritize everything the way that person A did. So you might look at me, oh, Papa Soy, have you ever been obese? I've definitely been way too high a body fat percentage. I remember when I was bulking, I was over bulking. I realized I saw a picture. I'm like, man, you look chunky. I was just eating way too much food. I was trying to bulk too much. I was eating shit. This is years ago, like 15 years ago. I remember I was eating way too much crap. So once I realized, oh, I look like shit, I need to tighten things up. And I focus more on food quality over time. And that's progressed to this day when I've realized what's most important to stay consistent, what's most important to get results, what's most important, which comes down to the 7 pillars. And if you're focusing on these aspects of your life, you will get amazing results, whether you're trying to bulk, whether you're trying to shred, whether you're morbidly obese, or you are a skinny mini. You can get amazing results. Young, old, male, female, black, white, pink, blue, purple, doesn't matter. You can get amazing results, but you have to focus on more than just what you're being eye-fucked and ear-fucked with on every social media platform. Everyone wants to focus on one thing, have a quick fix, shortcut. Everyone wants it faster. No one wants to actually put in the work relentlessly for decades. And shocker that most people don't get results. And it doesn't mean you can't get results fast or faster or quickly or promptly. It doesn't mean you can't start losing weight and wow, I look fantastic. And maybe in a few months you start looking really amazing. Fine. So is that it? You're going to stop? Well, how fast can I see results? Never. Assume you're never going to see results. It's going to be a constant progression because as you get older, it's going to get harder to maintain. You keep on training. There's always a next level. So why? There's no endpoint. How quickly can I build muscle? Who fucking cares? You're going to do this for the rest of your life, so it doesn't matter. That's why you can't worry about that shit. That's why you can't worry about an actual goal because it's irrelevant. You're going to do something else after. So start with that mindset and what happens, happens. All right. Let's go into some shit posts. Good stuff here, fam. Oh, yeah.
That's deep.
All right. Here we go. We got some, you got to drop some dookie in the comments. Remember, if you want to join the SwoleFam, hashtag SwoleNormousX.com. Hashtag SwoleNormousX.com, SwoleNormousX.com, and join today. We got We're live every single day over on the YouTube channel, The Daily Swole, if you're just listening, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the shit. Oh, yeah. All right. Drop some dookie in the comments. What do we got here? We got one from Diet Free Mom. Ooh.
What's in the box?
Oh, the favorites. One of the most favoritist parts of everyone. Favorite parts of the Daily Swole. People love the shit posts. Let's see what we got today. What's in the box? When you say, I feel fat, what are you actually feeling? Ooh. So you can't say I feel fat. You can't feel like anything. So coming from the wokesters that everything is about feelings. If someone else says I feel fat, so I can't say that, this is authoritarian. You just want to tell me what I can and can't say. So one, you can
go fuck yourself.
Just to start, just warming up. Just warming up.
He's heating up.
All right. When you say I feel fat, what are you actually feeling? Exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious, lonely, uncomfortable, stressed. Fat is a body type, not a feeling. No, fat's not a body type. Fat is a result of a body that has poor habits. Fat is an outcome. Fat is a result. Why can't it be a feeling? Why can't you have multiple meanings for the same word? Have you ever looked in a dictionary? Like, this is what happens. Have you ever looked in a dictionary? There's usually multiple meanings for a word, or a thesaurus, slang. You ever heard of that shit? All right, here's the caption. Diet Free Mom. We got a lot of... Why do we have 1, 2, 3, 4? We got 2 sentences that are separated, and then we have 4 fucking paragraphs. So this is going to be an absolute gem. All right, Diet Free Mom. Save this for when the thought pops up again. Fat is not a feeling.
Matt Damon.
It's just a body type. So you have that fat with a clap. So this is when people are trying to act like, I don't know, that classic Tyler Perry movie, like fat is not a feeling. When you clap and every time you say a word, you clap in between. Fat is not a feeling. It's actually just a body type because people actually talk like this. Fat is not a feeling. It's common for the body to become a kind of dumping ground for negative feelings. It's an easy and comfortable target, often easier than dealing with the actual issue at hand. So if you say, quote, I feel fat, what is it you're actually feeling? What is the unmet need? Oh, tell me, take care of my needs, Diet Free Mom. And why is I feel fat only said in a negative connotation? Because you don't want to be fat. Why should it be a positive? Why is I feel fat only said in negative connotation? Because it's not a positive thing. Hey, look at all this extra fat on my body. Yay. Look, it's so positive. It's not positive. What's positive about it? Tell me, what's positive about it? I'm not being rude, but what's positive about being fat? You could survive longer in the desert without food? I don't know. Fat phobia, that's why. A hierarchy of body types that negatively impacts those humans living in bodies. Hey, maybe you should move. Rent's getting a little high. Living in bodies that are not the socially acceptable sizes. Look, socially acceptable. Oh my God, wah. You're trashing your body and that's the outcome. You're accepted. You're accepted too much. Our society bends over backwards to keep you fat, to allow you to stay fat, and to take care of you so you could be fat longer and not die super young. Like all we do is spend money to try to keep you alive. So let's normalize respect for all bodies for our kids. Oh, there you go. What is that? That's not appeal to authority. That's appeal to what? Your self-interest or appeal to... Now you're going to use, or a straw man argument. Now you're going to talk about kids. You're changing the subject. So now we're talking about for our kids. I know it's Diet Free Mom is your name, but now you're talking about children. In the picture, you had a kid on the first page. The actual picture showed a adult and a kid. So all right, maybe you were talking about kids the whole time. I just didn't address it yet. But still. So now you're trying to tell me that I have to change my language. I have to change everything how I think. Oh, because of the kids. Kids are resilient. They'll handle it. They'll learn. You're already teaching kids to not know what fucking gender they are. You're confusing them from fucking birth now, poisoning their fucking brains. So you're doing enough damage to our kids. We don't need them to grow up thinking that being obese is okay. So let's normalize respect for all bodies and for our kids, and normalize labeling feelings appropriately too. Make sure, make sure you label those feelings
Sell
appropriately.
crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
So we can act on them and feel better instead of dumping it all into body image issues. Body image and food struggles go hand in hand. Work on one and see improvement in the other two. Get started living diet-free with my free guide. Link in bio. There it is. And join the Diet Free Mom Facebook community for, all right, we're done with you. Got to have that pitch at the end. Hey, buy my shit. By the way, now that I've brainwashed you, let's buy my shit. So are we still getting blanked in the comments, or blocked? Blanked or blocked? What's going on here? Nathan, can men be swole sluts? Absolutely, Nathan. You could be a filthy swole slut if you want to. It's for everyone. Swole Slut Saturday is for everyone. Man sluts and femme sluts. Swole tramp. So what's going on here? Are we still getting blocked in the comments? Yo, we'll take this shit offline. If you're getting flagged, we'll take this stuff. We'll open it up. Is it still happening? Are you still getting flagged in the comments? That's jacked up. All right, we'll talk about it. That's very unfortunate. All right, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. What we got here? We got another one. Now, guess what?
What's in the box?
Catherine Metzelar, MSN-RDN. So we got these Instagram nutritionists. Let's see what we got. Fucktards are okay. So you can write fucktards. Well, you can't sell Dr. Seuss, but you can sell Mein Kampf. So you can sell blatantly, you can sell a lot of offensive material, but you can't sell Dr. Seuss. So that's nothing new. That's nothing new. It's not that fucktard is any better. It's just the words that they don't like. What they don't want you to see, they'll block. They'll block what they don't, right? They don't like certain words, so they'll block those. I like swole slut. All right, let's see here. Here's a post. All food has nutrients. Arguable. All food has nutrients. The rhetoric around food being, quote, empty and devoid of nutrients is elitist, disordered, and false.
You went full retard, man.
You went full retard. Catherine Metzelar. All food has nutrients. So all food, like just pure sugar, has sugar in it. Okay, fine. It could be a pasta. It is pretty empty of actual real nutrition. Doesn't mean it's empty of energy. It's kind of the law, conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. There's something that put that together that's holding some energy in there. Silly. Let's see this comment. This is actually not the comment, the caption here. Yeah, it's elitist. I don't know about elitist. Let's see. Oh, because it doesn't make sense. We need 4 fucking paragraphs. We need 4 fucking paragraphs to figure it out. All food has nutrients. And as an eating disorder dietitian and a person who has recovered from an eating disorder that was in part fueled by this false rhetoric, I want you to know that people saying that food is empty or devoid of nutrients are missing a few things. Oh, tell me, educate me. It's elitist. Nope, you're wrong. There you go. There you go, right there. There you go. You lost. You can't make an argument. You can't make an argument and rebuttal whatever you're trying to and then say it's elitist. No, you can't use woke ass lingo. Don't use virtue signaling to make an argument. That's never going to work. Not here at any rate. It's elitist because not everyone has access to the same kind of foods. Sure. I mean, fruits are seasonal, so you can take that in many different ways. Not everyone has access to the same type of food anyway. Not everyone has access to everything. I don't have access to some materials that are expensive. I mean, things cost money. Some things cost more money. Some things cost less money. So you're trying to justify not making better decisions for people that can't buy caviar. And by the way, many of the foods that are often deemed empty are staples to cultures and people around the world. Doesn't make them good for you. Well, how does a staple mean that it's good for you? Because we have large populations and we overfarm and we deplete our soil of nutrients and we genetically modify foods and we're eating things in artificial quantities and concentrations. Not to mention an affordable source of food for many. Okay, affordable has nothing to do with what's optimal. We should make better foods and we should make things more optimal, but at the same time, you have all these, look, if you're trying to eat real food and in better quantities, then you have vegans that are arguing about eating animals. So then you have people pushing back on it. So you have the trending social and political rhetoric that's fighting back against actual true improvements in human health, demonizing fat, demonizing grass-fed beef, and demonizing animal products. So you literally have just like the woke left that is literally just has a monopoly on big tech and on the mainstream media. You have the same thing. The same things happening with nutrition. The alienation and the demonization of people that eat red meat. People are still going after red meat like it's an evil fucking bane of existence, but they're fine with fast food. They're fine with artificial soybean burgers at fast food restaurants that are soaked in fried and vegetable oil, acting like, oh, but it's plant-based. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you eating? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, where was I? It's disordered because this often causes restriction of entire food groups and cutting out of certain foods due to fear of harming the body, which causes lots of not so great ripple effects. Anxiety, food obsessions, guilt, shame, and social isolation, purging, over-exercising, and much more. Well, certain food groups should be restricted unless you want to have negative reactions in the body, unless you want to have inflammation, unless you want to have bloating, unless you want to have chronic migraines. You do an elimination, yeah, you're going to find foods that you're not going to eat. So, and it might be an entire food group. It might be. Maybe you're not eating nightshades. Maybe you're not eating dairy products. Maybe you don't eat shellfish. Maybe you don't eat grains or gluten. Fine, that's not going to harm the body. That's going to improve your health. So if you do things for the wrong reason in many industries and in many aspects, if you do things for the wrong reason, it's usually not good. If you're restricting certain foods just because you read something online, you're afraid of, you're afraid of apples because you read something in an article, that's not really a good reason. So if you do something for the wrong reason, it's not going to be a good idea in most cases. There are reasons for things. You actually have to put in some effort. You actually have to learn and be educated about it, which is why we should also improve education. But this is justifying eating whatever you want. And that's completely the opposite of what we should be talking about. Just because your feelings are hurt, just because you had an eating disorder, okay. Well, there are many people that don't have eating disorders. There are many people that understand that food has consequences in the body, whether you have a problem in your life or not. So you're fine to manage it the way you want, but don't act like certain foods aren't very detrimental to our society. We see it. It's factual. We can see the data. We can see what foods and what implementation of foods and what implementation of rhetoric has been damaging our society. Vegetable and seed oils and all this soybean and genetically modified crap and processed sugars. Where's the discrepancy here? Where's the confusion? Where's the confusion? What doesn't make sense about that? Last paragraph here. It's false because all food has nutrients. All food has nutrients. See, it's false. All food has nutrients. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because a cracker might have some traces of protein, that doesn't mean that you're actually absorbing that fucking protein. Doesn't mean that it's bioavailable. Doesn't mean that it's actually, a complete protein. Doesn't mean that's something your body's going to use or be optimal. Like, what are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? All food has nutrients. My fucking jizz has nutrients. Okay? So what? There's nutrients. There's there's electrolytes and stuff. Okay. Doesn't make it something that you need as like a 5-course meal of just fucking semen. what's the argument here? That was a weird argument, but it is Swole Slut Saturday, so it gets extra filthy. Remember that carbs are macronutrients. Those chips, nutrients. Those pastries, nutrients. That white rice, nutrients. Those tortillas, nutrients. Your brain, 0 fucking IQ.
What you just said
0.
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
0.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response
Fucking 0.
were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational
Not
thought.
even fucking close.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Fuck.
I award you no points.
None.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
No mercy. I disagree with that at the end. No fucking mercy. Those pastries have nutrients. God, you're such a fool. Those pastries have nutrients. Those chips have nutrients. What kind? What kind? Just corn? Oh, thank you for the corn. Those carbs are macronutrients. The fuck are you talking about? Why, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Uh-huh. So you're going to tell me that anything that has a carb is okay. Carbs are carbs, right? Carbs are carbs. High fructose corn syrup is the same as raw organic honey. Sure. A piece of Wonder Bread, just white, just the fucking, just trash. That's the same as a sweet potato. My God. Not even fucking close. Not even remotely fucking close. Not even a hint of being anywhere in the vicinity of close. Brave space nutrition. You're so brave for spewing lies and nonsense. You're so brave. I'm glad you're creating a brave space to bullshit people online. Thank you so much for your help doing that. No fucking points. No fucking points. Oh my God. Nonsense. No sense. No sense. All right. Hashtag Swole Slut. We'll see who actually got the Swole Slut thing through. We'll see who actually got that through there, through the uprights. I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. How do you find the motivation and strength when someone in your life and is your rock is slowly dying from cancer? How do you create positivity when you live in a sad, deep hole of weakness? You got to surround yourself with positive people. You got to go deep within, meditate, read books, fortify yourself, spend as much time or, do things for the right reasons. And don't take it for granted. Be grateful for the time that you have with that person and just got to take it one day at a time. Circle of life. Everyone's going to die. Everyone's going. We're all slowly dying. So I know that doesn't make it any better, but you got us, bro. You got us. You could tune in, post up in the groups. You got support here. You got something that is consistent. The SwoleFam's here for you. And so many people deal with that. And I want to take that comment, Steve, and actually just for context, another reason why it's so important. I'm not saying that the person that you're referring to, Steve, doesn't take care of their health. This is just a side issue. That's why it's so important to take care of your health, right? That's why it's so important to make sure that you're eating quality foods, that you're resting, that you're getting a recovery, that you're sleeping, that you're hydrating. That's why it's so fucking important, because most cancers, most issues with the heart, blood, insulin, most of these are environmental. You can't always point to one thing in someone's life that will lead to that outcome, but it's usually just the compounded exposure and the lack of presence that people have. Most people are completely oblivious to what they do on a daily basis. Most people are completely oblivious to what they put in their mouth. They do it habitually, they do it blindly. And it might not make a big difference within a 6-hour period, but over the course of 60 years, you're going to see the outcome from all those habits compounded over time, just like any type of investment. Compounded interest from the stock market, compounded interest from your health and what you put in. Whatever you invest in your body and your health with your training, with your nutrition, that's going to be your portfolio in the future. So you'll put money in your IRA or your 401k. That's what you're doing with your training. That's what you're doing with your nutrition. Every single day, everything you put in your mouth is an investment. Think about it that way. Everything you do with your body, every single workout is an investment. You're putting in your investment. You're allocating resources and you're allocating your time and your effort to your body and to your health. So it just reinforces that you need to, one, be grateful, but also take care of your health so you can, as much as you can, avoid the things that you can avoid. We talked about this the other day as well. Are you increasing your risk? Why? Don't unnecessarily increase your risk, right? Don't magnify your risk unnecessarily. So thank you for the comment, and much love and support. And hopefully you are able to take some time for yourself and practice those brain gains, meditation. That can help tremendously. It's not everything, but you got to take care of yourself too, so you can take care of your people. James, have you seen Eric the Electric's new video? Nope. I avoid all content as much as I possibly can. I'm sure he's still eating stuff or binge eating, still perpetuating eating disorders online, I am sure. So props. There you go, YouTube. You got the content you want. You're censoring my people. You're censoring my fucking live chat, limiting my reach. But thank you for promoting binge eating to the masses. We all appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, YouTube. Appreciate it. All right, we got a Swole card. Let's give this motherfucker a shway. Swole slut. You're gonna have to start putting some. There you go. We got one. You're gonna have to start. You're gonna have to start doing what our winner did. You're gonna have to start doing these. Our winner today is Annika Skulanda. Congratulations! See, we're all going to have to start doing that. You're going to have to start putting the tongue. I like that. Well, that's the shirt. Just coincidentally, that's actually the shirt that we sell. I'm not sure if it's still up in the store. We might have removed it, but we'll have some new releases coming soon. And we'll have some re-releases. But congratulations, Annika. Everyone say congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, you didn't win the card. It happens. You're not going to win everything.
Come on, stop whining.
It's your responsibility to show up every fucking day and play the game. So make sure you show up tomorrow. Ask Papa Swole Live. We'll have a card tomorrow for Ask Papa Swole Live too as well. But Annika, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 1765 in the subject and your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll get out the next round of cards soon. So a lot of you probably got yours already yesterday, the day before, this past week. And if not, if it's overseas or whatever, just be patient. Sometimes, hopefully everyone gets their cards delivered. Sometimes these things might get lost in the mail. Who knows? But they all go out. That's for sure. They all go out. So congratulations. A little round of applause again. You got the Swole Slut sticker, Jet? Nice. You're welcome, Terry. Keeping Swole strong. Mahalo for being truthful about the fast food industry and industrial food production, herbicides, pesticides, preservatives, and bad fats, ultra-refined carbs, and sugars. Why, thank you for the comment. Just doing my part. And it's so obvious to me and to pretty much everyone watching or listening. You've heard me. If you've listened to the show for fucking a couple days, you've heard this stuff or you're probably aware of it. But doesn't it seem so obvious? Doesn't it seem so obvious and so strange how people don't understand this today in 2021? Like, legit, it seems so strange how people can still completely not even think about food quality today. And I see this on TikTok, like, hey, these young guys in the gym. I was a young buck once in the gym, 20s or whatever. They're saying, like, here's a, bulking diet, to get big. They're just drinking those those low quality, like, egg whites. They're just sucking down. I don't know, they're just eating low quality foods, just going to the local. I'm not saying everyone has access I'm not saying that everyone has access to the same foods, but most people are not opting for grass-fed beef when they do have it at a lot of these stores. They have better quality sources of meat. They have better choices for healthy fats. A lot of people are just pounding tons of grains, tons of bread. They're eating all those Uncle Ben's prepackaged tons. It's not eating real food. I don't know. I was there. I've been there. Most people are so inundated with low quality food. They don't realize that their acne or joint pain or a lot of the issues that they've just always felt as normal because they've been eating lower quality food for their entire life, they don't realize what they're missing out on. And a lot of people just spend money on shit that they don't need. They spend money on dumb shit that they don't fucking need. Cars, watches, shoes, clothes. I mean, excess things that you don't fucking need. Instead, because they're not prioritizing their health. If you prioritize your health, you spend more money there. If you're prioritizing, looking at my wrist and seeing what time it is, it's a very expensive way for me telling the time. I have a phone. Phone's with me pretty much all the time. I look at the phone. Here's what time it is. I don't need it on my wrist. So you save a few $100s or more with whatever you have on your wrist, and you get 50 pounds of grass-fed beef or whatever the fuck it is, like over time. Like they'll last you 5 months or whatever it is. So anyway, you start prioritizing your food and training and stuff, and guess what? You prioritize the 7 pillars, then all of a sudden things change. You realize you were barely putting any effort in, and once you do, you see those outcomes. You see those habitual changes make all the difference. Make all the difference. Okay, tomorrow we got Swole Slut. Swole Slut Saturday is in the bag. Tomorrow we have our Ask Papa Swolio live. So more questions tomorrow. If you didn't get your question answered today, we'll get into that tomorrow. You know the deal, fam. You know the deal. Yeah, you know. Fare thee well, Tessie, you sexy beach. Ah, farewell. All right, very nice. Well, fam, thank you so much. Get the piano out here for joining me. For episode 1765 of Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. It's a beautiful time. Oh yeah.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
All right, tomorrow, Ask Papa Swolio live. My drum solo. It's coming up soon. Rocking it out. All right, fam. We'll see you tomorrow for 1766. Ask Papa Swolio live. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Oh, I go so far away. I went so far away. There we go. Why'd it go away? There we go. Oh. Let's get some more gorillas on the way out. Out. Love you, fam. Peace.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs.
Nope, we're done with the show. We're done with the show. Now it's time to go night-night. No more. Quiet your tits, Falcon.
Trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.